Hi, my name's Nathan Castleberry. I'm one of the pastors at Mountain Lake Church, and I'm really honored, really excited to be here with you online today. So many of you are thinking about your future. You're thinking about who you want to become, what career you want to get in, and trying to think what pathway are you going to take to get there. And I'm here to tell you that, man, there's a lot of different definitions of success. There's a lot of different ways to get to that destination that you would define as like living your best life. And as you begin to navigate the path through high school and college and career, I want to just maybe give you a few principles that could help you on that journey, on that path, because I think that you are destined for greatness. I think that you have tremendous, unlimited creative potential for good. And as a pastor here in the local community, it's one of my favorite things is to fan the flames of the passion and the drive and the goals and the creativity of the next generation. So for a second, I want you to think about your hobbies, your skills. I want you to think about the things that come naturally to you. I want you to think about the things that you're passionate about, the things that you post about on social media, the things that really get you out of bed in the morning. One of those things that does not get me out of bed in the morning is handyman work. My father could do just about everything. He could fix things, he could build things, and I grew up every Saturday under the hood of our car with him or doing a project around the house. You would think that all of those experiences that we shared together stuck with me. But I'm here to say more of the creative gifts stuck with me. I grew up channeling more of my energy into like music and speaking and production and videography. My dad could just do anything with his hands. And so when it comes time to do projects around the house, now that I'm married and have 2 kids and a mortgage and have to be responsible for my own house. You see, when you go from renting an apartment or renting a house to being a homeowner, there's nobody but you to come and fix the things that go wrong. And so during 2020, when everyone went on lockdown, we decided to start doing a bunch of home renovation projects. I spent a lot of time on YouTube and a lot of phone calls to my dad. Yes, as a 34-year-old man, I still call my dad and ask for advice on how to do things around the house. One of the projects that we took on was backsplash. We redid the backsplash in our kitchen, and we had to demolition all the old backsplash and kind of get all that stuff off the walls. And there's a bunch of outlets where you can plug in like your appliances, like your blenders and your air fryers and all those different things. Well, some of those outlets had some hot wires because we were also wiring in some lighting to kind of light up the cooking surface. And as I was cleaning things off and kind of getting a little bit careless with the backsplash work, my fingers nicked one of the outlet exposed wires, and I got shocked, and all the lights in the kitchen, they just blinked out, and I felt the electricity like pulsing through my body, and all I could think to do was to jump away and just kind of yell, "I got shocked!" And probably like you, everybody in my house, they started laughing. And let me just tell you, that's not the reaction that you want to get when you just had electricity feel like a lightning bolt go all throughout your body. Well, the truth is I'm not a skilled worker when it comes to backsplash and electronics and when it comes to just general home improvement projects. That's not really my skill. I want to bring you back to an ancient proverb from an ancient king named Solomon in the Middle East. And he said, "Do you see a worker skilled in his or her craft? They'll not be forgotten. They will stand before kings." Now, this is a pretty powerful principle. I will not get the opportunity to stand in front of a king. Let's maybe replace the word king with supervisor or boss or president of a university or principal of a school based on my skill in home improvement. But the principle at play that King Solomon was trying to tell us with this ancient proverb is that when we develop our skills in something, opportunities have a funny way of opening up. There's this old saying where people say that luck is where opportunity and preparation meet. So the reason I'm sharing with you this ancient old saying is because as you're thinking about your future, as you're thinking about your skills, as you're thinking about the man or woman that you want to become, I want you to think about the skills that you have access to right now that you are developing, whether they are academic skills or whether they are working around the house, whatever you seem to have some natural talent, some natural gifting, some natural proficiency in, you're about the age where it will really start to matter how you develop those skills, how you hone those talents. Because someday, opportunity is going to come knocking. And if you spend the next few years of your life really honing those skills, you're going to be ready for promotion. You're going to be ready to be the one who is offered that opportunity, that scholarship, that job interview. And I want you to know that it starts today. Now, here's what I'm not saying. You don't have to figure out exactly what career you want to have, because chances are things are going to change. And you don't have to pigeonhole yourself into one particular skill set. I want to talk with you about a skill that if you develop now, no matter what career you get into, this proverb will become true. It says, "Do you see a worker skilled in their craft? They will stand before kings. They will not be forgotten." The one skill that you can work on that will transcend all careers, the one skill that you can work on that will always get you a promotion is not your competency, not what you have to offer, not what you have on your resume. It's not necessarily what you have as chemistry, how well you get along with people, but no, it's your character. It's who you are. I've had some wise people tell me that your competency and your chemistry, like how well you get along with people, how charming you can be, along with your competency or your abilities, may get you the job interview. But your character is what keeps the job. Your character is what sets you up for promotion. So while you're young, while you're approaching this threshold of moving into high school and looking beyond into college and career, I want to challenge you to develop something that will cause you to stand out among your peers, and that is your character. My mentor told me as a 19-year-old, he said, "Nathan, your talent is about here, but your character and your maturity is about down here." He goes, "If you could spend the next few years getting your character to match your talent, you will be unstoppable." And I just want to encourage you guys to look under the hood of your own life. We're blessed to be here in Forsyth County, where the academic world that you're growing up in here in the school system, from the superintendent, the school board, the administrators, the educators, the support staff, it is very rare to find an academic system this amazing. And they're going to set you up academically. But what you have got to take ownership for is your own social and emotional learning, or other words, your character, your maturity. If you can learn to know yourself well and to know others, to be able to read a room and make sure that your intentions, what you think about yourself, are actually congruent with the way that you carry yourself, learning how to read a room, learning how to understand that people's perception of you is not always accurate with your perception of yourself. These are things you can't really learn in a school book. They are only learned through looking at yourself and asking yourself the hard questions, like, what type of man or what type of woman do I want to become? So spend the next few years looking for mentors, looking for people who are a few steps ahead of where you would like to be, and ask them to speak into your life. Don't just depend on YouTube. Don't just depend on social media. Don't just depend on people who have a tremendous influence and a big social media platform. I had another wise friend tell me that influence follows impact. So make an impact with who you are and the way that you treat people, and start to notice the way that you are treated, and ask yourself questions are the behaviors that I'm engaging in now consistent with the type of person that I would like to become tomorrow? And if you can develop the skills of character and maturity, I already know you're in an environment academically that's going to develop your talents, that's going to develop your skills, that's going to put an amazing tool belt on you academically and professionally. But only you can take ownership of who you are on the inside. So start there. Remember, someone who's skilled in their craft, a skilled worker, will not be forgotten, will stand before kings. There will be open doors for you. But in a day and age that is getting more and more automated and more digital, the people who have real social and emotional intelligence, who have self-awareness, whose walk is congruent with their talk, and what I mean is who they want to be is who they actually are. Who they say they are on social media is consistent with who they are in real life. These are rare to come by these days, and it takes deciding right now that you're going to make decisions about your character and your maturity and your inner being that will make you unstoppable in the workforce when you're getting ready for college. You know, it's not too hard in this community to find people who are exceptionally intelligent. It's not too hard to find people in this community who excel in sports, who excel in other disciplines. But what I've found is it is really hard to find people who excel in character and maturity and self-awareness. You develop these things, you'll be unstoppable. So if you want this proverb to be true, do you see someone who's skilled in their craft? They will stand before kings. They will not be forgotten. If you want that to be true in your life, the best skill that you can develop is the skill of knowing yourself and growing yourself. And then I think you will be able to also unleash your amazing, God-given, creative, unlimited potential. And I'm excited to watch and see this next generation of world changers and world shapers rise up here in Forsyth County. Thanks for letting me be a part of this online discussion today.